Hey everybody, Brandon here with a video series on USB utilities. And this is going to be something that just compiles and builds upon itself one video after another. So first we're going to start off with introducing the utility that makes this possible. Um, then we're going to slowly introduce feature by feature, adding them to the USB drive, and then actually breaking down those programs and utilities to show how those can actually help you for different kind of processes. Um, so first, we're going to introduce it. It's called Ventoy. We're going to go to ventoy.net, and basically, you can read everything you'd like to about here with the documentation. It has a pretty good forum on it to where you can troubleshoot issues if you run into them. So definitely read up on this, become familiar with it, um, and this is going to be your friend. So we're going to go to the download section first, and then for this, we're going to click the Windows zip. Now, if you're on Linux, obviously you're going to do the Linux option. So we're going to click that. It's going to bring you to a SourceForge page. And here we're going to scroll down to the Windows zip to click that to download. Now here your download will start shortly, so you don't need to click anything. It should automatically come over here after the timer goes down. So now that we have the Ventoy zip, we're going to go ahead and bring it right here. So first we're going to right click and extract the Ventoy folder, then brings it right here. So basically this is so simple of a utility to actually install. Basically, you plug your flash drive in and then open Ventoy to disk. You will run that. And then here, if your flash drive doesn't show, plug it in and then refresh. And then you should see your flash drive populate. And you literally just hit install. It is that simple. So Ventoy is going to install. It shouldn't take too long. It'll make two partitions on your flash drive. One of them is going to be the Ventoy processes that you're going to be that's going to basically run while you boot, and then another one's going to be where you're going to put your files at. Um, so basically, it says congratulations, Ventoy has been installed on your device. So now we're done with that folder. That's Ventoy. Right. So now we're going to go into the Ventoy drive, and here you can actually take ISOs and drop them directly into this folder. This is what makes this USB utility so powerful because you don't have to make another utility or another USB for various ISO files. You can basically get a flash drive that's big enough and load all of your ISOs into that one drive in this folder. And as long as you have Ventoy, you can boot to those bootable options. Ventoy is pretty much a bootloader that gives you access to every ISO as an option to boot off of that one drive. So you can have your Windows installations, you can have your Hiren's boot CDs, you can have all kinds of ISOs. Basically, if it's an ISO that can boot, you can put it on this drive and it becomes an option. Um, Ventoy does work for both UFI and Legacy. It does support secure boot. It's really powerful. I do really recommend it, and it's so easy to use. So basically, now that we have our Ventoy USB, we're going to throw some stuff in it. So I got this USB folder that has diagnostic utilities, and basically I have them separated by ISOs and and EXEs. These are just a couple little utilities right now. We'll eventually, we're going to make a video on each one of these kind of. You have Clonezilla, which is useful. Hiren's Boot CD is really going to be where I do most of my work in, because inside of there I can run other EXEs and other programs. RescueZilla is very helpful, but really Hiren's Boot is going to be the one. So we're just going to take that and drag it in. That's literally exactly all you need to do. You don't need to make a folder. You literally just drop all of your ISOs and your images into the Ventoy drive itself. We're going to let that copy. Okay. Now that we have the Hiren's image copied over, what this means for us is if you basically put this flash drive into a computer and then boot to it, you're going to get a menu from the Ventoy option that's going to show you the Hiren's boot CD option. And then if you had other ISOs, which we'll get to, it would show you all of those ISOs. Basically, any ISOs you have inside of this folder would then be an option on the list for you to boot to. So one thing you want to do as well, you want to make a new folder, name it Tools, and this is where you can throw various other utilities that don't come with images, but they are exe format or maybe even portable format that you can run from inside of Hiren's Boot CD's environment. That's what makes it the most powerful tool, in my opinion, because Hiren's comes with its own utilities, and now you can take these like the battery monitor and drag that into the tools, and essentially now you have this as an option. Once you boot into Hiren's, you'll see this tools folder and you'll be able to run these directly. So now you have the ability to boot into these and then have access to additional EXEs and programs. So that is really that's the only setup you do. You run the install, drop ISOs into this folder, and then make a tools folder and drop any EXEs and portables that you'd like in the tools folder. And really, that's going to get you started. You're ready to go. You're ready to add more to it, refine it, and just make it how you want it. But the utility is already made. It is that easy. And next, we're going to move on to actually going into depth about Hiren's Boot CD and what that actually offers. So the next video will be about Hiren's Boot CD. I hope this helps.